Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, I gotta let y'all know to tap in with Big Print Champs. Get all your hurt season gear, everything you need to become the ultimate fan, everything you need to put that shit on. You know what I mean, when the season starts. So make sure you go ahead and do that. Let's get into some quick Eagles updates, some quick things that interest me heading into training camp, and one of them being that experts around. You know what I mean? I don't know if this is coming directly from John McMullen, but I did see this earlier on Jacket Media's Jacket Media's Twitter page that a lot of people are saying the Eagles defensive line is ranked the top positional group in the National Football League. Now that means the Eagles defensive line is more important than the Bengals wide receiver group. That means the Eagles defensive line is more important than the Eagles offensive line. That means the Eagles defensive line is more important than anybody's positional group in the National Football League. And I'm going to have to agree with that. I thought about that long and hard. But give me another positional group that shakes the ground more than the Eagles, defensive line did last year. I believe the Eagles defensive line is so important that is one of that field is a valid reason and why the Philadelphia Eagles didn't bring home the Super Bowl trophy in this past Super Bowl. So yeah, in the game where you could not properly get Patrick Mahomes to the ground, that so happens to be the game that you lose. Like, what was the other game that the Eagles didn't record one sack in this year? Probably only the Super Bowl. So yeah, I can agree with that, man. But for that to be the case next year, we got some young guys that do have to step up. Like, you really don't know what you're going to get out of the tandem of Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. We all can expect big things because of where these players were drafted, the things these guys done at the collegiate level. Yeah, we can expect big things, but you won't know until you see. Replacing Hargrave in a passing situation shouldn't be as hard as a lot of people think. You know what I mean? Just from an interior pressure standpoint, but getting 11 sacks from that position is almost unheard of. So I'm not looking for Jalen Carter or Jordan Davis to come out here and do things of that nature. But I am looking for them to remain dominant, and I'm looking for the team to have around, 65, 70 sacks. Again, to be quite honest, I'm looking for the same production. Because I believe Sean Desai will have Hassan Reddick rushing way more. He won't be dropping back as much. He'll be rushing more. And I think Hassan Reddick is only getting better. I think Hassan Reddick realistically could have about 17 sacks himself next season. So, I mean, it is what it is. We're going to see how that shake out. Other news, man. Sports Illustrated has ranked Dallas Goedert as one of the top tight ends in the National Football League. That is absolutely the case. You know what Josh Goedert does to this offense when he's on the field. You know that Josh Goedert is one of the most dynamic tight ends, especially after the catch. He can do everything. Josh Goedert can block. Josh Allen can catch. Josh Allen. Dallas Goedert can block. Dallas Goedert can catch. Dallas Goedert can run routes. Dallas Goedert being in the lineup doesn't take away from A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith. The tight end position has been very important for the Philadelphia Eagles since the days of Brent Selleck when he was young, then Zach Ertz, then Josh Goedert. We've always maintained dominance and picking that one solid guy there who can do almost everything. Dallas Goedert is a top tight end in the National Football League. He performed well in the Super Bowl, performed well when he's healthy. Even after missing time, you got to put respect on his name as top 3 to 5 guy in the National Football League. So I'm all aboard with what SI thinks with that one. You know what I mean? But this is the surprising one for me. Sports Illustrated, guys over there at Sports Illustrated have also said that one of the major holes for the Philadelphia Eagles is running back. Surprise, you know what I mean? I didn't really think about it that way, but we all talk about the injury history of DeAndre Swift and Rashad Penny. Like, if you're losing one of them, then you really don't have a dynamic stable back there. I mean, you do. But I think that the Philadelphia Eagles have to lean on Kenny Gainwell more than a lot of people think. Now, we're happy and excited about DeAndre Swift, but the injury is there, man. The history is there. Not being able to complete a season is there. You know what I mean? We've chunked on to, we've zeroed in on to Kareem Hunt the last couple years. I'm surprised that he wasn't the first guy. But I think he's a free agent. That's probably why. We traded close to nothing to get in DeAndre Swift. If DeAndre Swift and Rashard Penny can't stay healthy, we will never see the full capacity of what we think is one of the best and most talented backfields, that we've had in a very, very long time. But it all hinges upon guys that have bad injury history remaining healthy. That's what it hinges upon, man. You just can't wish this stuff. So the Philadelphia Eagles, I would consider it a whole. Would I go out and get a Kareem Hunt right now? Probably not. You got to be making cuts soon. Who knows what's going to happen? And those guys got to make it through camp. Like, I'm holding my breath. You know what I mean? For a couple of these guys in camp. And Rashad Penny and DeAndre Swift, those guys, you know what I mean? I'm holding my breath for those guys because that can change the complexion of this team. That can change the makeup of this team. That can change what we want to do. But luckily, we have a GM who's not going to just sit back and fall back and say, well, it is what it is. Let's ride with who's next in line. Howie Roseman is always going to try to, bolster certain positions and catch them at their weakest point. So, we got some money left, I think $13 million. I think we did really good with the unrestricted free agents that we did pick up. The undrafted free agents, I'm sorry. I think we did really, really well in the draft. At the same time, there are some concerns. So these people, look, people are ranking the Philadelphia Eagles high all over the place. But it all boils down to a few positions, mainly being the quarterback. It boils down to, what you're going to see out of the new coordinators. We can't forget about that, even though I don't think it really holds weight. I don't think it holds weight. Jonathan Gannon, they lost their defensive and offensive coordinator. We couldn't stand Jonathan Gannon. Jonathan Gannon was weird to us. You know what I'm saying? So that's not really like a loss. And Brian Johnson has known Jalen Hurts since he was 5. I mean, now all of a sudden Shane Steichen is brilliant. You feel me? Now all of a sudden he's brilliant. When you ask a Chargers fan what you thought about Shane Steichen, nobody was screaming brilliance. Now all of a sudden, when he leaves the Philadelphia Eagles, he's brilliant. I don't. What was he really brilliant? I seen a lack of hot routes. I seen free runners rushing at Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts improvised a lot that season. Improvised a lot last year. Improvised a lot. So much to the tune, in my opinion, that he was able to get this guy a job. Like, a lot of people got jobs because of Jalen Hurts. Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon got jobs because of Jalen Hurts being able to put teams away, you know what I'm saying, early in games. Jonathan Gannon, we saw the holes a mile away in that defense with Jonathan Gannon. So, if you want to ask, if your position to me is that the coordinators were of so much importance that we lost, that we should be worried this upcoming season, then I disagree, man. You ain't Lou Stoutland, who could turn anybody into an offensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? Brian Johnson is more than capable of the position that he's in. He's earned it. You know what I mean? The familiarity is there. As soon as Brian Johnson took over a job, who you go pick up? Swift, who could catch. That should let you know how different that this game is going to be for the Philadelphia Eagles. That should let you know how different the game is going to be played for the Philadelphia Eagles. But like I said, man, let me know what y'all think in the comments, man.